Capcom's Street Fighter II, the animated movie, is more than just a fan service heavy action flick. Directed by veteran anime director Gisaburo Sugi, this 1994 film builds on the lore of the wildly popular arcade fighting game while delivering a compelling global narrative filled with espionage, martial arts philosophy, and emotional stakes. Unlike most game adaptations, it takes its characters seriously and places them in a plot that feels far grander than simply who wins the tournament. The film opens with a gritty, rain-soaked battle in Thailand where the wandering warrior Ryu defeats Sagat with a devastating Shoryuken, leaving him with the iconic chest scar. This moment becomes symbolic of Ryu's inner struggle, a quest to master the martial path without giving in to ego or violence. Ryu then disappears into the wilderness, living humbly and continuing his training. Meanwhile, the criminal organization Shadow Law, aka Shadow Lu, led by the power-hungry M. Bison, begins tracking the world's strongest fighters using a satellite surveillance network. Bison's goal is not merely to fight them, but to brainwash them into becoming super soldiers for his evil empire. His most sought-after targets are Ryu and his childhood friend and sparring partner, Ken Masters. Chun-Li, an Interpol agent, partners with Major Guile of the U.S. Air Force to investigate a string of international assassinations and abductions tied to Shadow Law. Their leads point towards a global operation involving mind control tech and biological enhancements. Chun-Li is personally driven by the murder of her father, a police officer at the hands of Bison years earlier. Ken, meanwhile, is living in the U.S. with his fiancée Eliza and enjoying a more settled life. But he can't shake the feeling of unfinished business with Ryu. Their past is shown in brief emotional flashbacks, moments of sparring in the dojo, friendship, and philosophical divergence. Ken's comfortable life makes him vulnerable, and Bison exploits this by ambushing and capturing him. Ken's brainwashing sequence is especially disturbing. Bison implants his psycho power into Ken's mind, corrupting his memories and turning him into a violent puppet. When Guile and Chun-Li try to prevent further assassinations, they are attacked by Shadow Law operatives, including the claw-wielding Vega, who breaks into Chun-Li's apartment in a nightmarish battle. Though she prevails, she ends up in critical condition. The second half of the film focuses on Ryu's journey to India, further highlighting his introspective character arc. He is eventually drawn back into conflict when he senses that Ken is in danger. Ryu travels to confront Bison, unaware that his best friend is now his enemy. The final act takes place at Bison's fortress in the mountains. Ryu arrives and is attacked by the brainwashed Ken. Their fight is both physically explosive and emotionally resonant. Through sheer will and memories of their friendship, Ryu is able to help Ken break free of the control. United again, they face off against Bison in a climactic battle, where Ryu and Ken combine their signature Hadouken attacks to defeat the villain. In the film's final moments, Bison's fortress collapses, but his fate is left ambiguous. Ryu, true to form, walks off into the sunrise, uninterested in fame or glory, still on his eternal path towards martial enlightenment. The pros. Each character's fighting style reflects their game persona with smooth animation and detailed impact. The film takes place across countries, Thailand, Japan, India, the US, giving it an international spy thriller flavor. The Ken-Ryu friendship and Chun-Li's backstory give the film more substance than most game-based movies. From neon-lit cityscapes to mountain temples, the film's aesthetic is bold and memorable. The English and Japanese soundtracks differ, but both add intensity to the action. The cons. Fan favorites like Blanca, Cammy, and Zangief have minimal screen time. Chun-Li's shower scene and Ken's damsel in distress twist may feel unnecessary or exploitive. Bison is a great villain visually, but his motivations are fairly one-note: world domination, control. While Ryu's introspection is important, the pacing drags slightly in the second act. Street Fighter II, the animated movie, succeeds where most video game films fail. It understands its characters, respects its source material, and elevates its world with thoughtful animation and a solid narrative. Though not perfect, it's a must-watch for fans of the franchise and a high watermark for animation adaptations of fighting films. 8.5 kicks out of 10 is what I'll give this one. Well, that's all for now. Tell us how you feel about Street Fighter II, the animated movie. Is it one of the best? Personally, I think Fatal Fury is a little bit better. But what do you all think? Comment below and let us know. And please don't forget to 1-inch punch that like and subscribe button for more great content. Till the next time, this is your boy, OG Anthem Lone Wolf, signing off. Peace, y'all. What's up?